What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at a new Agumon. And we've actually got some other cards which have been kind of revealed, though the effects have been all kind of blurred out. Not entirely sure whether that, who blurred it out or what, but we'll get to that at the end. First, we have proper confirmation of Agumon. Now, this is from the EX-01 set, which is, of course, the set which is reusing the old artwork from the old trading card game and bringing it all up nice and new. I've previously shown you Metal Garurumon. I've previously shown you Angel Woman. Now I can show you Agumon. And who doesn't love Agumon? Incidentally, this kind of artwork, I don't really love Agumon. I find this kind of, as I think of it, whether that's fair or not, as old school Agumon artwork, I just find it creepy. I don't like Agumon when he looks like this. Now, you show me some of the Agumon cards that we've seen in the set so far, and I'm like, yeah, they look awesome. Agumon looks cute. Not this one, ladies and gentlemen. What is kind of cool, however, is that as well as the regular art, they have actually shown us the alternate art version of it. Now, this one really looks like an old school Digimon card, so if you are a fan of the old card game, this is going to be even cooler for you, which I appreciate. Again, I still think the artwork looks a bit creepy. I do not like this version of Agumon, but I can see why people would dig it. It's the exact same card. It is just the super rare version of it, or the secret rare version of it. The alternate art. Call it what you will. We know in booster packs it's going to be the equivalent rarity of a secret rare. Although, incidentally, the Agumon itself is an uncommon. So what do we see? Well, we got a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to Digivolve, 2,000 power. That is absolutely standard. It is exactly what we would expect. Nothing to see here. So as we have a look at the effect here, the translation comes from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming, although also the lovely folks at DTCG Review and the lovely folks at DigimonCard.dev. They all agree, and when they all agree, we can pretty much say it's right. It's got an inheritable skill whereby when you are attacking once during your turn, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, and you add 1 Tamer card or 1 Digimon with Agumon in its name from among them to your hand. Cool. If you're playing a Tamer or Agumon focused deck, this is amazing. Now, it must be noted it does say card with Agumon in its name. It does not say card called Agumon. And this is very, very important because it means it will allow you to get something like Agumon Expert, for instance. That is absolutely something you can grab here. Or you would be able to get yourself Agumon Bond of Courage. Yeah, and that's largely what I'm thinking here. Now, again, there's a million different ways you can go with this. We've got many different Agumon. There are plenty of different things you can do. Translated proxies from the folks at DigimonCard.dev. But I'm thinking Agumon Bond of Courage here absolutely seems like the best use for it. Now, this is a level 7 Agumon, which seems a little bit weird. It's a very good card that when you attack, if you've got a Tamer, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 power or less. And on your turn, once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon is deleted, you trash 1 card from the top of your opponent's security. So getting rid of almost any Digimon other than powerful level 7s while trashing their security before you've even actually got the attack off sounds like a good thing. And if a level 7 sounds intimidating, great news. If we look at the Taikamiya from BT6, you can Digivolve one of your Agumon into an Agumon Bond of Courage in your hand by paying its Digivolution cost, which incidentally is only free. It's very cheap. And you ignore its Digivolution requirements, i.e. you can go from a 3 straight into a 7. And if you're going to be playing around with that kind of mechanic, you're going to need your level 7 Agumon, Bond of Courage, and you're going to need your Taikamiya, which means you are going to need Digimon which can help you find them more easily. Oh, look, ladies and gentlemen, look how that worked out, because this is exactly what this Agumon does. This to me seems like the obvious use for it. Of course, we've already had the Agumon from BT1 that when you play it, lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and find a Tamer. This is the top 3 cards of your deck, but it's when you attack, not when you play, i.e. you can have multiple uses of it. And although you're only looking at 3 cards rather than 5, which is clearly a bit worse, you can find yourself an Agumon or a Tamer, and of course you could find yourself a BT1 Agumon and then play that Agumon and find the Tamer, and that would be pretty gosh darned nice. And to be fair, like, we've got enough Agumon here, you can just go a little bit nuts and play an all Agumon deck if that's the kind of thing that you're into. Maybe. Again, I'm not sure anyone would really want to do that, but if you do want to do that, you absolutely can, ladies and gentlemen. You absolutely can. So as far as I'm concerned, this is something to get a little bit excited about. Obviously, we could put it side by side with a BT5 Agumon that lets you search for a Digimon card with Greymon and a Digimon card with Omnimon and put them in your hand. And incidentally, that can get you both of them, which is kind of interesting. And then, of course, we've got the recently released Agumon that came around in BT6, which, again, it's from the same one as the Agumon Bond of Courage. You'd imagine it would be working with it. And it is, you know, when you play a Tamer with Kai, you gain a memory. And while it is Agumon Bond of Courage, you get security attack +1. But then again, if we go back to Tai, every time you bring a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name from the breeding area to the battle area, you gain a memory and draw a card. What that means is if you want to play an Agumon Bond of Courage deck, and I've already shown you a winning version of this, you are going to want to play multiple Agumon. And I don't see why this wouldn't make it in. Like, if I'm making an Agumon Bond of Courage deck, I'm playing this new Agumon. It frankly seems too good not to. It's an attacking skill, it can be used every turn, it lets you grab more cards, and maybe by the time you really can make the best use of this, you've already got your Agumon Bond of Courage. I don't know. This just seems like a really, really good card. I'm giving it 4 Wassies. I think there is a lot to love about this, and I'm using Agumon Bond of Courage as an example, because when I look at it, that is the first use that springs to mind. But do please remember, that is not the only thing you can do here. Any deck that uses any Agumon cards and Tamers, although obviously the more Agumon the better, will be having a good time with this particular Digimon. Now, I did tell you I had some more to show you, and the wonderful news is that I do. Although I can't really show you any effects, I can just show you costs. Remember, it has been confirmed that all of the new cards, all the cards from EX-01, are new cards, not reprints. So this is a page from a magazine, I imagine. And we can see there that we've got Agumon and you've got the alternate art. They are there ready to see, but of course, we've already seen those cards. But we can also see that there are going to be new versions of your level 4 Greymon, your level 5 Metal Greymon, and your level 6 War Greymon. Essentially, the entire line is coming out to play. And you can see that they are numbers 1, 4, 8 and 9, which does give you a little bit of information. Like, you can start guessing how many red cards are going to be in the set. So we know that Agumon is number 1 and Greymon is number 4, so there are a maximum of 2 other red level 3s which are going to be coming. We know that War Greymon is number 9, but then the level 5 is number 8, so War Greymon could be the first of like 17, or it could be the only one. So there's a bit of information there we can get from the set numbers. In terms of the cards, we can't see all that much. We can see that Greymon is a 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power Digimon, which is about what we would expect. We can see that it has an inheritable, but not a non-inheritable skill. We can see there that your Metal Greymon is 7 cost to play, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power, which is fine. It's about standard. But we can see it's actually a dual colour, which I want to say black, but I could be wrong, but it can evolve from a second colour as well. And it appears to have both an inheritable and a non-inheritable skill. So although we don't really know what it does, that one looks super interesting at the beginning. And then we can see that War Greymon is on the expensive side for a level 6, 12 for 12 rather than the average 11 3 11. So we would expect something kind of cool to be coming from there, or else we've got a little bit of a missed opportunity. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fun times, ladies and gentlemen. Fun times. We got a new Agumon. There are other cards coming. These could be fun. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.